I would have gotten abs if I knew this sooner. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to get abdominal ab definition, and I didn't even focus on ab workouts. I remember earlier this year, I didn't have any ab definition. I was around 170. My stomach was sticking out past my chest. I had a little food baby. I looked 3 months pregnant. I felt depressed. I felt ashamed of myself. I lacked confidence. I felt like I was invisible to women. I didn't even want to leave my house. I felt like I couldn't lead as a man in my personal and professional life. I remember posting up a video on YouTube of myself working out, and I felt so ashamed and embarrassed of myself because I looked pretty bad. I looked sloppy. I deleted the video. When I was younger, I was always known as the fit guy, and that felt good. Me being out of shape, it made me depressed. My friends and family asked me what happened because they could see my face was fat. I had pimples on my face, and they would tell me, oh, why do you have pimples on your face? Why do you have all of these red marks? It looked like a war zone. In this step-by-step system that I'm going to give you a full guide of how I got shredded without having to do exercises, abdominal exercises. I primarily focused on weightlifting and cardio and diet, sleep, those kinds of things. When I was shredded, I used to love going for a run without my shirt on. I felt like a professional athlete or a movie star. I also got more compliments from men and women. Being in the gym or outside, there's something called the halo effect where if I look good and feel good, other people can also treat me better because I'm respecting myself. I could be somebody who other people can admire and be inspired from. When women go to Las Vegas, they go to the Magic Mike show because those guys, they're jacked, they're shredded. Women love a man with a nice body, whether it's broad shoulders, a slim waist, defined abs. Also, being in better shape, you're able to put it down in a bedroom. And when you're performing, the woman could rub your abs. They could see you as their fantasy. You guys want to get shredded is because you want women to fantasize about you and to give you looks and give you attention and their time. When you know you look good, you'll feel better, like Superman. If Superman was out of shape, would you respect him? Most trainers will tell you that you have to focus on ab workouts, and it's a half truth because if I did want to focus on my abs, I could use weights and do ab exercises. Over the past month, I have maybe done ab workouts 5 times. It primarily came from weightlifting exercises like push-pull, leg split, cardio, diet, those kinds of things, tracking macros, getting quality sleep. You could do 1,000,000 crunches in the gym. If you're not down to 15% body fat, chances are you're probably not going to see your abs. Also keep in mind, if you're older as well, your metabolism is different versus when you were 20 years old. Point number 1, you have to get your mindset right, because I could be 170 pounds and look great, or I could be 170 pounds looking like slop. If I could go from 170 pounds down to 155 pounds, you guys could do it too. Believe you could do it, because if you put in the work, it is possible. Other people did it, and you can do it as well. You need to believe that you could do it, because we all have 24 hours a day. Audit your thoughts, your speech, and your habits. Are your thoughts positive and optimistic, or are they negative and disrespectful? You need to be able to respect yourself. Your mental environment could be just as important as your physical environment, because we have 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day, and those thoughts have to be the best quality thoughts that we can have. Also set up your environment so that it's clean, it's neat. If you guys need workout equipment such as a desk treadmill, a standing desk, basic dumbbells, a pull bar, parallettes for dips, you could put those on chairs so that you're more inclined to work out. Are you guys focusing on self-development books, expanding your mind to see what's possible? Have an open mind and open heart from learning. Take your ego, throw it out the window, and be open to learning new ways of doing things. You could record yourself speaking on a video such as this and watch it to see how you're speaking, how you're thinking, what's going through your mind. You could journal out what you're feeling and you're thinking as well. Also set up Google Calendar events and alarms so that you know what you're doing and when you have to do it. Point number 2, your programming. Because my body is a sum of my daily habits, my thoughts. I want you guys to watch and subscribe to fitness YouTubers and content creators so that you can immerse yourself in the things that they're doing, learn the teachings and practice them in your daily life. Read and listen to books such as Atomic Habit, Habit Stack. When you're going out for a walk, when you're in the gym, you can also be listening to an audiobook or something that inspires you. Even positive music can help. Take notes on the content so that you could highlight these teachings and put them into practice. Point number 3, focus on getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I got a Whoop band because I knew my sleep was pretty bad, and sleep determines your mood for the next day. I remember when I was only getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep, I was tired, I was stressed out, I was depressed. I lacked concentration, and this bled into my personal and professional life. I was moody as well. I had bags underneath my eyes. My skin looked pretty bad. I had blackheads, pimples, those kinds of things. I felt really depressed and embarrassed as well. I felt aimless and directionless. I wanted to self-delete. I thought of ways of how I would do it. I could eat lead. I could sit in the garage with the car on. I could swallow a bottle. As my sleep improved, I was more optimistic. My workouts were better. My recovery was better. I had a better outlook on life. I experienced less stress. I was more social. My body was burning more calories. My skin started to clear up. I had better mental clarity, improved energy levels. I felt like the quality of my life was improved. I was able to develop genuine connections with other men and women in the gym, at work, in my personal life. Another point is diet and meal prep. What kinds of foods are you guys eating? Are you eating out all the time? How's that working out for you? How do you feel about your body? Be aware of the processed foods, the oils, the condiments, the dressings, because they could be hurting your physique. You are what you eat, essentially. Focus on eating whole foods. Download the Lose It app or the MyFitnessPal app so that you could track what you're eating. Weigh out your food so that you know how much you're eating, how many times you're eating, your frequency. Be more selective of what you're putting into your mouth. These are the kinds of foods that I'm eating. I'll show you guys in a screenshot. Weigh out your food. If you guys need to buy a couple scales, bring one with you, leave one at home. You can have one at work, because if you're not tracking, you're slacking. You will get frustrated if you're half-assing your program because you're not even going to get half of the results because you will yo-yo diet. And that's what happened to me for the past 2 years. I was angry at myself. I felt indisciplined and incompetent. Your first couple weeks, you're going to want to focus on the whole foods. You can have a cheat meal later on. You want to evaluate how the diet is affecting your body. Work on your macros. You're going to want to get 40% from proteins, 40% carbs, and 20% fats. You could Google search your basal metabolic rate. It's based on your height, your age, and it's going to give you the amount of calories to maintain based on your activity level. Some coaches say you could do 4 to 5 times a week. I think it's better to focus on 6 or more if you could go twice a day. I know for me, I could easily eat a day's worth of calories in one sitting. That's why it's better for me to split up my meals into smaller meals so that my blood sugar stays consistent throughout the day. Focus on lean meats, vegetables, and fibrous fruits. I remember when I was younger, I used to eat Burger King because I didn't understand the point of quality food. I felt low energy, my skin was bad. I felt gassy and bloated. When I pooped, it smelled so bad, like a garbage dump. I felt like I was messing up my life. I didn't know what I was doing at that time. I was depressed, wasn't prideful as a person. I know when I'm eating healthier, I feel better and more accomplished, more disciplined, more structure. Make sure you guys eat earlier on in the day so that you can rest and sleep at nighttime. Because eating pretty late, it could affect your quality of sleep. Make sure you guys hydrate. Drink things that don't have calories in them, such as water, black coffee, tea. If you guys need protein shakes, you guys could do that as well. Check out Dimetized Protein. You could get your little creatine, your multivitamin. Make sure you drink 60 hours of water and give your time to absorb the water before you go to the gym so that you're not dehydrated midway towards the end of your workout. It'll make it more enjoyable. Your body will be optimized to work out harder and longer. Because when I'm dehydrated, I'm unable to perform in the gym, to push the heavy weights and to be able to do the cardio. It makes it less enjoyable. Also, as you guys get stronger, your body will adapt and your workouts will be higher quality. Also, you guys are gonna feel like you're your own professional athlete. You're gonna feel like you're your own superhero when you're in the gym and you're consistent and your body's gonna look tight. I want you guys to focus on muscle building exercises. For cardio, you guys could walk, do Stairmaster, something light, because it doesn't take a lot out of you. Versus if I went to go do wind sprints, it would take a lot more recovery time. Focus on free weights, machines. I'm currently doing the push-pull leg split. You can go on bodybuilding.com. You could Google search. You could ask ChatGPT to give you a workout routine. Make sure you track your exercises, your sets, your reps, your weights, so that next time you're working out, you know you have a baseline of where to start. And you guys could be progressively overloading. You could use pause reps to get a couple more reps. You can use drop sets to get extra sets to fatigue the muscle. Like I said before, for cardio, make sure it's slow and steady. You could walk on an incline, you could do stairs, whatever you want to do. Slow and steady wins the race. Also, get mirrors in your house. And you could walk around without your shirt on so that you could see what you look like, be aware of what you look like. You could see the things that you like and the things that you don't like, because you can't hide from the mirror. I could tell myself lies. My heart knows the truth though. How you feel about your body is a reflection of your daily habits. I'll walk around shirtless so that I could see my body and the things that I want to work on. If you're shredded and you have abs, you're gonna look and feel great. And if you don't, let me know how you feel in the comments. Because I felt pain, I felt depressed. I knew I needed to build a man that I could respect, trust, and be proud of. Get a gym membership. I think it's needed for the environment and also to be around healthy, conscious people, because I can learn from them. I can ask them, how did you get bigger shoulders? How did you get more defined arms, your calves, your quads, your abdominal, your back, those kinds of things. And most people at the gym, they're pretty friendly. They will talk about what they do. And if you ask them if you could work out with them, I'm pretty sure most people, they wouldn't mind teaching you certain things. Make sure you go to the gym early when it opens, because the quality of people can be better. It can be less crowded as well. I remember getting a gym membership a month ago. I haven't had a gym membership since COVID-19. I saw older men and women. I saw women and children. I saw men that were jacked. They were getting on the program. And I felt ashamed of myself for not putting in the work. There was no reason for me not to be going. Before, I felt ashamed of myself. I felt flabby. I didn't respect myself. It showed that I didn't love myself. My focus was off. I felt like I couldn't lead. I couldn't be a role model or an example to anyone because I wasn't doing it for myself. It showed that I didn't love myself. I was antisocial. I was depressed. I had deleting thoughts. Based on that Psycho-Cybernetics book, if I have goals, I will embrace life. And if I do not have goals, I feel aimless. I will embrace the dark side and I will want to delete. It feels good to be able to make friends in the gym because they can inspire me to be a better person and they could motivate me to get on the right track. I can learn from them because I am a student and a teacher. I do believe sharing is caring, and in the Bible they say live to give. Now that I'm shredded, I feel like I could be an inspiration to other people. I feel like I can motivate people as well and be a role model. I could be my own superhero, my own professional athlete, instead of wearing another man's name on my back. I'm proud of the work that I've done because it takes a lot of discipline, programming, and structuring. I feel like this saved my life because I know that I'm living a more prosperous and victorious life because I know God is watching me and I want to honor God and live the best life that I can. I can have brotherhood, unity, discipline, service, pride, professionalism, and leadership. I think fitness and health, it solves a lot of problems. I felt worthy enough to get a coach to help me on my journey because I was trying to do things on my own and it wasn't working out. If you think of most successful people or entities, they get help from other people. They have coaches. Just think of Michael Jordan or even Bruce Lee. He had a teacher. And if they needed coaches and teachers, what makes me think that I don't? I'm worthy of paying somebody to help me with my body, my mind, and my spirit because I know that I could always be learning. If you want me to coach you personally, leave a comment down below and reach out with your contact information and your availability and we can hop on a call to see if you're a good candidate to drop 10 to 20 to 30 pounds and put on lean muscle mass to improve your confidence and your mental health. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what hit the hardest for you guys. I'll check you guys in another video. Peace.